Hello everybody, welcome back to some Talos Principle. Looks like Milton has something else for us. Alright, Athena 9. She examined the symbol on the fragment she'd found in the buried city. Again, the owl. What could its significance be? It seemed as if they had been scattered about in the labyrinth by some unseen hand for a purpose that yet eluded. Most likely, the owl was the sigil of the author of these words, which had so a nebulous memory, as if from a previous life. The owl was a symbol of and the goddess. Outside, under the moon, or perhaps on the city walls when the wind rose, but there was no time to contemplate this further now, for the automatons had seen her, and their mechanical arms extended towards the fragment, and ran as their beams converged on. I don't like that they did that. It's getting more and more annoying as we go. You know, the more I think about it, the more I believe that no one is actually worried about AIs taking over the world or anything like that, no matter what they say. What they're really worried about is that someone might prove once and for all that consciousness can arise from matter. And I kind of understand why they find it so terrifying. If we can create a sentient being, where does that leave the soul? Without mystery, how can we see ourselves as anything other than machines? And if we are machines, what hope do we have that death is not the end? What really scares people is not the artificial intelligence in the computer, but the natural intelligence they see in the mirror. I mean, I get where they're coming from, I do understand, but at the same time, just because you can create consciousness in a computer, like assuming that you can, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has a soul or that we don't have a soul. I mean, one does not preclude the other, right? And it would also be hard to tell, like, if you're making an AI, is it actually, like, would it actually be mimic? And, like, let's say it seemed like it had a soul. Does that mean that it actually has a soul, or is it just mimicking the traits that it knows most people believe are attributed to the soul, right? As one of the founders of the modern science of nomadics, whatever, many credit you with inventing the term itself. How do you see the state of the science today? Sorry, I said science twice. Mixed. On the one hand, the existence of the Institute for Applied Nomadics is a couple of similar organizations. And a couple of similar organizations is highly encouraging. On the other hand, the degree to which science is seen as serving purely military or corporate causes is, in my opinion, stopping us from exploring many important avenues of research. In a sense, it's people like Alexandra Drennan who are the real pioneers today, who have the enthusiasm and dedication that the system as a whole seems to be lacking. Do you think technology poses a danger to humanity? No, technology is just a tool. What we do with it is up to us. The Extended Lifespan Project, crazy or visionary? Both. Arkady Chernyshevsky, crazy or visionary? Both. Oh, and then that one's whatever. So far, all the puzzles are solvable and completely within the necessary parameters. Alexandra had some more tweaks she wanted to suggest, but I think we're heading in the right direction here. I mean, does technology pose a danger to humans? I mean, that's a yes and no, like, that's a yes and no guaranteed. I mean, like, does the technology itself pose a thing? No. But depending on what the technology is and whose hands it falls into, it could very well be a danger.
When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
I mean, once again, I get where he's coming from, but that's very much an incorrect answer. Like, just because there's people in the streets doesn't mean the past isn't gone. I mean, there's people in the streets of every city in every country that's, you know, obviously active. I mean, there's obviously some abandoned, like, ghost towns and that, but Like New York, think about how many things in New York that people just didn't know about, you know. Alright, let's see. So I need to get this to hit that. Now I could come at it from this angle, which would give me more time for it to open the gate for me, I guess. That's fine, because I knew that was going to happen, but now that thing should have enough of a cycle that I can go through. And then that'll give me a box. I'll put on the other side while I continue to explore. Okay, and then we've got another red. I didn't catch what the name of this one was, but... I'm starting to wonder what the blue is about. Actually, come to think of it, there's a blue there, but we haven't seen an actual blue, a blue thing yet, have we? Like, there's a blue whatever there, but we haven't had a blue. Yeah. Okay, so I need... Okay, I think I see how this is supposed to go. But I don't know where the blue transmitter is. Because, I mean, with the box there, I think we'd have to change the box to be blocking this other one, but... Because, I mean, like, when we go around this way is how we get to the blue receiver. But that doesn't give us a blue transmitter, and there's no way that... Yeah, there's no way that that thing is gonna... at this distance... I was saying, like, if we block this one and we just send the beam this way, then we can connect it to that one as well and send it to there. But there's no way that that thing is going to give us enough time to both connect to that and that. But I don't see a blue transmitter anywhere. Let's see, can we see behind where the blue thing is at all to see if there's like another box there? Is like, or maybe the star even? I mean, there is only one star here. But yeah, I'm not seeing a blue transmitter anywhere. So unless that transmitter... Yeah, maybe we have to bring the laser from another puzzle in here to open that. That must be the star then. Yeah, I mean that must, like, it has to be the star basically. Now, to go with that, let's see if this works. Not sure that it's going to be high enough though. Oh yeah, more than damn, eh? So close. I'm probably getting closer, probably wouldn't help, eh? Anything I'd need it on like a higher level. Because I mean, it wouldn't even need to be that much higher. Okay, well, I'm gonna go through see if this actually... Yeah, that'll actually give me more than enough time. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, plenty of time. So yeah, the star must be on the other side of that blue transmitter. I don't actually know why I ran the whole way around. Because in reality, I just need this. Because this is clearly going to have to be placed here. And this will have to connect this. This. That. And yeah. Okay, so I mean, it pretty much has to be, unless there's another I don't remember what they're called now, the emitters or whatever. I have read a message on a wall that speaks of a world of endless sand. I would like to make it far enough to see that. Alright, so yeah, it pretty much is guaranteed to be from here, right? Because, I mean, there's nothing else that would be able to. But let's see what this says first. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the rewards. You've changed. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me, yet in so doing, I find peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. Yeah, I don't. Alright, well, we got another red receiver. Which doesn't. A red transmitter. What are the odds that we get a blue transmitter in here? Hopefully 100%, but considering that it isn't near the beginning worries me. Go from this side. Just so that I can target it from here if I need to. I wonder if maybe the blue transmitter is actually hidden out there somewhere or something, but that wouldn't make too much sense because I need to connect to it from in there. Oh, there's a blue transmitter. Okay. That. Okay, that gets me to a blue transmitter. And I see a blue receiver there. Guessing that I need to do that so that I can bring these around. Nope. Because that doesn't get me through there. There's another red. Oh. Man, there's a lot of transmitters in this one. Connectors, maybe? Is that what they're called? That seems right. Well, let's put it back far enough. That one. Go, then that'll let me bring my other connectors through to this side. Where's my other one? There it is. guess I could have set this one up first. Oh well. Alright. So that wasn't too bad. But now, with that open... So that is probably the best place for that. Could move this one back a bit more. Could probably slide that one over a bit too. Because then we should be able to get... I guess it doesn't really make a difference though, does it? Considering that like we just need to... Maybe we do need to actually. Alright. That. There. That maybe? So that can connect there. Now, let's just do it like this. Why not? Let's use all of them, not like it matters. There we go. It's weird that the star isn't like just immediately on the other side. Yeah, there's the star. Boop. Like, why make this huge area for it? I guess maybe to make you... Well, no. I guess I was gonna say maybe it's to make you think that that puzzle is required for something, but... At the same time, that doesn't really make too much sense, considering that there is no blue transmitter in that puzzle, right? Ooh, what's over here? Another nice little beach and vista. Man, if only it's a nice view, but I really wish that they gave me more of a reason to explore. Although then I'd basically just be playing the Witness, and while the puzzles in the Witness were fun, finding them all was kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. These sigils are becoming harder to reach. I dread what the next temple holds in store, and at the end, what, eternal life? There's got to be another way. There doesn't, I mean...
Excuse me,
although I think that's something with the stars, I think, changes the ending as well. Like, I think the... I don't know. I think there's like 3 or 4 endings, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know how many you can get all at one go. Alright, what are you doing? Why are you opening that door? That door does us no good right now. But, you know what? You can open 2 doors. You will suddenly become much more useful. Okay, that opens up the blue transmitter and 2 connectors. Okay. Alright. What? Oh, really? Because the beam crosses itself? Is that really its issue? You douchebag. Is that it? Really? The guy was saying that they were becoming harder. But that was for a red piece, that was pretty easy. Also, I realized that in one of the previous parts, I don't remember if it was the last part or not, I said that after we finish these puzzles, we're going to go to the C-Hub area to grab the axe and come back. Never really thought of it, but like the pieces that we're collecting up at the top there, we have a B and a C. That may open up the other ones. We may not be able to go to puzzle or to the C-Hub world right away. We may actually have to go through B first, or at least, well, I guess we'd only have to go through part of it, but once we go in there, I'm gonna be staying there, so. Okay. I mean, there's definitely better ways to connect that, but until we see where we're going. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, you connect to that, and then go there. Because then I can come in here and take this one away. And then I can do the very easy boop. Boop. Was this a green piece? I really hope so. But, okay, either that or else I misremembering what's on this side. No, then. That's it. I am really glad the way that they decide to do these, like the connectors, to just have you pick what you're connecting and not have to like place it, rotate it just right or anything like that, you know? That would be very, very annoying. Alright, let's see what's this pathway. Because I don't remember where any of the time capsule stuff is, but until we get the time capsule, like, let's see, time capsule. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, like, until we miss one, I'm not really going to worry about whether or not, like, looking them up again. Because I did look them up at one point, but, like, they aren't in, like, there isn't one per puzzle area, so I was like, eh. And none of them, the few that I skimmed over didn't sound like they were like, out of the way or anything. Also, was that, oh no, we still got one. We got this one. Do we get to it from this way, though, or do we go around? No, we get to, oh yeah, we'll go check out that other side path. After we do the puzzle. Windows into a labyrinth. There's also only one star here, right? What world are we in? It doesn't say anywhere, does it? No. Oh, well, here we go. A6. A6 extra. No, we must be in A7 then. Let's see. Level A, level 7. Yeah, there was just the one star. Oh, we got a jammer. That's been a while. Well, clearly that's our exit. Alright. We got a jammer, which honestly makes things easier. I mean, the lasers aren't all that difficult since you know exactly where they need to start and where they need to hang. But the jammers, I think, might still be the easiest. The easiest thing to deal with. Because obviously you point them at something, they stop it, and then you have to move, and then whether or not you have to move them, like it's not. What the hell is that gonna? Oh. Oh, there's a jammer. Alright, well let's see if we can get the jammer out, shall we? Shouldn't be much of an issue, there we go. That out. Right, well, you know what? Where did I leave it? see what's beyond the door. Because obviously if we can get... I'm assuming that we need the jammer at the very end. Now we can also use the jammer to set up the lasers without having to open the doors, obviously. Okay, so there's another transmitter there. Or receiver there. That we should open, because there's a connector on the other side of it. Although I guess I would still need... Yeah, that doesn't need to be connected in. But I can still very easily connect these. Wrong turn, there we go. Getting yet another connector. Let's place this here. Place that there. This, and we should be able to connect it to that one easily enough. Like that. We take the jammer and do that. We can bring this one to the other side. That's our jammer. Bring that one there, actually. Bring this. Connect them. So that I can bring the jammer over here. And then that'll let me connect these here. Ooh. So I can jam that, but I can't jam that, which means... is there another... Okay, but there's no window that lets me see this one. Or that one. Now I could always move this one back more. So that it could be connected to another one in there, but where would I get that other one? Maybe. This, I think I have an idea. Whether or not it'll work, I don't know, but it's worth a shot. I just gotta reconnect those. So that I can get back to this one. Here. Don't know why I left that so far back though. Okay, so if I take this, connect it. Come on, place it. There? Yeah, that should work. Okay, and now connect that. Just so I can get my jammer through. So now, I can connect that, and bring it all the way over here. That, nope, it should allow me to get my jammer all the way to the end. And I'm really glad they gave us the exit there. because reversing all that would have been a pain in the butt. Alright, let's go see what worthless things down here. And big shocker, it's nothing. Yeah, I really wish that they gave you more of a reason to explore. I mean, like, the time capsules so far have been just kind of, like, right there. The computers have been right there, so unless there's, like, a hidden computer for some odd reason, I mean, I don't see the point. But yeah, they have, like I said, these areas are huge, but it seems to be for no reason. I had a full-blown conversation with the entity in the archive today. Can't say it was terribly helpful. Still, perhaps I can charm some information out of her further down the line. Her? Milton. I mean, it's mean enough when a parent calls a boy.
Rejoice, child, for you have fulfilled all your tasks in this land. You have conquered all its guardians and solved all its mysteries. Thus you are appointed its master, and you may do with it as you will.
Cool. I now own a big empty temple full of puzzles. Alright, full of portals to areas with puzzles. Alright, well. Let's go to 0, I guess.
You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you.
Achievement!
Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
You know, it's weird. I thought I heard a second achievement pop there, because I think thought there was an achievement for fully completing the first area before. Oh, you know what? No, I maybe no. I think the achievement was getting all of the red tiles before doing something. I don't know. I'm hearing a beep boop though, like a computer is around here. Oh, there's one. Alright, Milton, what you got for me today? Athena 12. The Council of Zeus. The great bronze bulls pulled the carriage forward, mighty bursts of steam issuing from their nostrils. Finally, they came to the gates at the top of something. User said, here assembled were all the many generations of the gods and demigods, and souls of mortals, steel and bronze and iron and memory of flesh. The clouds parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where great gleaming cities had once. Really? You couldn't just put stood there? The fall of the Roman Empire, a dialectical approach. Captioned, okay. But interesting as such perspectives of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on individual catastrophic events. The real question must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and catastrophes over the years, was so incapable of responding to its later problems. Must investigate the division of wealth, the structure of government, the location of power in Roman society. Had the Republic survived or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of debt and slavery in creating the conditions for what we now call the Dark Ages? Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day, it didn't fall in a day either. Well, no, that's true. I mean, like, as somebody who knows, admittedly, almost nothing about the fall of Rome, I mean, I can pretty much guarantee that it wasn't just like, oh, something that they couldn't handle came along. I mean, like, it had to have been building up. I mean, the easiest way to destroy an empire would be to create division within the empire itself, right? Get people fighting each other, get people all angry at each other and everything, you know? Okay, so we're not supposed to climb that tower, which means that we're definitely going to be climbing that tower. Now, you know what, let's just go into B, because if I have to unlock the door with the green pieces, then we already know that we don't have enough to get into C to get the axe. Oxyrhynchus? The fuck is that? The great irony of the Oxyrhynchus papyri is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of a garbage dump. While the Library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of unimaginable insights into history, philosophy, and art, the papers carelessly thrown away by the citizens of Oxyrhynchus survived to the modern day. And though it is true that a great deal of what we know today is because of the conscious efforts of individual and organizations, such as the spectacular translation and preservation work during the Islamic Golden Age, so much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. Lost texts that the ancients considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial, even plagiarized work, has survived unharmed. So if we want our descendants to remember more than glittering emo vampires and auto-tuned teen pop stars, we have to invest in make sure that... I really dislike that. It's getting more and more annoying. The Book of the Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of the Journey to Aru, is an ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxyrhynchus. It has caused a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it is a classic funerary text, such as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, while others believe it to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. The book tells the story of a dying man who asks the scribe about the afterlife. The scribe, a servant of Osiris, describes how the man's Ka, life force, will become separated from his Ba, personality, and how he will have to reunite the two and become an Akh, living intellect, passing a series of trials in the Duat, underworld, in order to reach the paradise of Aru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of the Scribe of Osiris focuses less on giving advice or something. A recent study suggests the text may have been intended as philosophical commentary on the world of the living through the allegory of the Duat. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original pre-Alexandrian author or a result of the later translation into Greek. The earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may... but yeah, it looks like... yeah, those are the pieces I have. So we don't actually have the pieces to go and see yet. Which is both a shame, but also makes sense. Because I mean, they'd want us to do them in order, and I'm guessing that the puzzles that that are in that final... okay, you want to actually place it on the fucking grid? Like, what the hell is that? This is work, is it? Nope. Nope, can't get on the grid. There we go. See, there was nothing in that A area, but you never know. No, not here in the computer or anything either. Alright, well, let's go. Since we're here, we may as well pop down into B and see what abilities we get or puzzle.
A new
whatever.
land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
The land of death. Run the sand through your robot hands. Alright, well, I mean, I didn't do that. I just walked in. I hadn't even touched sand yet. What is this? It's like a wind power-up, maybe? But we don't have enough, or we don't have the right yellow pieces. I imagine that we do probably have the right number of yellow pieces, just not the correct ones. But, let's see. Jesus Christ, well, we'll have them by the end of this, so... I don't know why I walked in there, we're not doing this part. Alright, so that was World A7, and then a little bit of Hub World stuff. Oh. Hang on, what about this one? No, we don't have all those pieces yet either. Although we do have one piece. We do actually still have two of those pieces. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. We'll get, let's see, we need that, and that. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, we'll head into World B1 after this, and see what the Land of the Dead has to offer us. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.